Hey, what's up, everyone? Currently I am checking out this game titled Hana Awase New Moon, and this is the first one, Mizuchi Volume. And this game is actually pretty awesome, but it's an otome game. Otome game means maiden game. It's usually otome games are based, they're romance-based video games with a female protagonist. And the thing is that you have visual novels where you play a guy character, and usually you're going for a female character, and then you have otome games, which is a female character going for guy characters. There's always different routes or paths you can take, similar to, I guess, for both visual novels for men and women or boys and girls. But my feeling is that because every time I play a otome game or I look something up, there are a lot of people who are just shocked. They're like, I'm a guy that enjoys otome games, but are there others out there? And it's like, it's so weird because really, when you watch an anime series or when you watch a movie, let's say with a female protagonist, do you ever question that why am I watching this? I mean, there's like anime series such as Hana Yori no Dango. Did I get that right? And then there's Fruits Basket and so many other titles out there featuring a female protagonist. And heck, you can even do the same thing with a lot of other series, featuring a female character. And you probably felt, oh man, I wish this person ended up with this guy or that guy because that guy is a dick or that guy is pretty cool or something like that. Um, that's how I look at visual novels. For me, I'm in it for the story. I know there's other people out there. You could go in comments on Steam or somewhere, and you're like, the first thing they ask for is there an over 18 patch? See, the thing is, I'm not in it for the sex of a video game. I'm in it for the storyline and the enjoyment. It's like watching a movie or an anime series or something like that. So, um, yeah, like if you watch Evangelion, you probably are thinking, oh, you know what, uh, for a guy Shinji, did you ever think, oh man, he should go for after this person or that person? Granted, he was a pretty he's a whiny brat, so he pretty much whatever happens to him. But anyway, those are the things that I think about. It's like when I watch these films, like, man, um, Twilight. Who would have made a better? Who would have made a better? You know, matchup with the with a female character. I forgot the name. Okay, it's been so long since I watched that film, but those are things how I look at it, how I look at visual novels in general, and whether it's otome or if it's a regular garuge, it to me it doesn't matter. For me, if they have a good story and a very interesting concept, that's all that matters to me. And for this one, this is really interesting because let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit of this one here. Let me go ahead and shrink myself a little lower. Here we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll see. I'll show you the intro for this real quick. Dramatic rate. Yoga. Okay. So we're just gonna show just a quick to show you the art of this. intro. Again, going with my visual novel rules of just only showing a little bit, not the whole thing.
いつまでも思うよ
So this is how the artwork looks like. I like the art, it's pretty cool. So what I like about this game is that aside from the storyline, there's also a card battle portion that's in it, and I think that's really cool. Let me hold on here. So this is the main screen right there. I really dig the artwork for that, but okay, hold on. Type this in. Okay, let's see if I can get okay, so the question that a lot of people may have, you know, when they play these games, otome or any visual novel game. So again, I look at it, if you read a manga, if you are into anime series or manga series, more than likely you read, you know, comic books, or even comic books. You know, you've read something that featured a female character, and whether how you feel how that female character, you know, the different guys they meet. Heck, you can even do the same thing with Marvel, with She-Hulk, or even Thor, female Thor, or Wasp, or Jean Grey, you name it. You know, there's always, like Jean Grey, Cyclops, or versus Wolverine, or Logan. Which one should she go for? You know, something like that. In a way, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a story. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And I think there's so many guys that when I see them post on forums, they're so scared, like they're thinking, if I play this game, will they think I'm gay or something like that? Of course not. You know, I don't think, I think if anything is that if you worry that much, you worry about your own sexuality. You know, if you're confident, you don't feel that way. You know how I feel when I watch otome? I see myself as a character, one of these guys, and I say, you know what, I want her to be with this guy because that's how I am. It makes sense? If you see a character that's confident, suave, cool, I say, hey, that person's like me. I want her to go for this guy. So that's how I kind of look at it. You know, of course, there's different characters. Some people are like twisted, or people who are a bit too yandere, or I guess you could say. But the way I look at it, man, it's just that for guys who are wondering if they should play otome, hell yeah. You know, if Tempest, games like that, there are so many awesome games. And here's the thing. One thing that I don't like about certain visual novels, especially if they're geared to the guys, I cannot stand how many of them have these lolly characters. You know, for me, that's one of the things where otome, where if you're going to be playing a adult or college student, they look like adults or college students, you know? For me, that's a preference of mine. I like that. Otome does that. There are some, visual novels targeted for guys that, where the characters look older, but again, it's more of a preference. And for me, I not into the lolly stuff. I mean, I don't mind it when you see like a certain anime series, stuff like that, like comedies. But for visual novels, especially for love interest and stuff like that, no, not my thing. Definitely not into that. But yeah, with otome, I kind of have this. It's a little narcissistic, but just say, hey, like in real life, you want to be some woman's otome character. You want to be that route. You want to be that path. And how do you feel about that? Make sense? Am I making sense right now? Maybe not. But the thing is, I kind of have that feeling in when I watch these and when I how I feel, especially if you are a guy who has a lot of who meets a lot of ladies, and if you're you tend to wonder also, especially if there's a lot of other guys that are interested in that person, and you know my mind starts to think that way, like a visual novel game sometimes, of which guy do you want to be in order for that person to choose your route or that path. Do you want to be the jerky kind of person? Do you want to be the suave or the low talking person? You know, I kind of like to do that type of to have that type of thinking, and also because usually I guess my voice is much lower during the day, and just like to like certain things I start watching some otome games of how guys speak. I start to talk very low, and it's kind of funny because when I was hosting the J and Radio, um, my voice was always low, and always comments when I went out to various conventions and I meet people and they're like, I just want to let you know, some ladies would come up, I love your voice, I love your voice. So the thing is that, yeah, for me, part of that where I got that is usually watching through like Japanese dramas or on anime or something like that, and learning how to talk. I'm saying this as advice for certain guys out there who wonder how come this guy is always surrounded by ladies, or how come they pick him all the time. It just pretty much is how you present yourself and how much confidence you have. But also, as a guy, when you're younger, you try to think, how is this happening? How do people have that ability or that charisma and stuff like that? And sometimes you just got to work on yourself, and you got to draw some inspiration somewhere. And some people, they draw it, some guys from pop stars, some people do it from movies, some people do it from comic books and manga or anime series. And for me, it's from Japanese dramas of my favorite actors. And also, have you played a game where you just thought that voice actor is like, man, that's such a cool voice, I want a voice like that? Well, some people don't have that voice, but when you watch these different, when you play these different paths and you see how people behave or how that voice is, and you're like, hey, that's like my voice. What happens if I start talking very slowly, or talking a certain type of way? And it's just certain things like that. I don't know, that stuff stays in my head. It's kind of weird, I know, but in a way it's worked for me. I've not had problems. It's like sometimes people are like for example, in Japan, I was with several ladies, and they were asking, they're like, oh, you must be a big flirt or stuff like that. And I'm like, why do you think that? Well, what makes you think that? They're like, it's because you tend to get a lot of attention from the ladies, even here in the bar and stuff like that. And they're like, I'm like, how? What do you think? What do you mean by that? And of course, I know what they mean by that, but I'm just like asking what they think. They're like, see, they're like, okay, see all those guys right there? They're all going for that one lady. And I was looking at the bar across the bar. There's like maybe like 10 guys like talking to this one lady there. And I said, okay, I could go in there right now and talk to this person, introduce myself, and get her attention just like that. And it's not more of, it's just more of this. I think it is more of confidence and more of how I project my voice. And I have to thank Otome for that. Seriously, because you guys, if you really want to know, look at Reddit. Look at how a lot of these women respond, men and women as well. But listen to how a lot of the women respond to certain guys of Otome, and they'll tell you, oh, they love that character, they love that voice, they love those mannerisms, they love this and that. And the thing is that reading Otome or watching anime series such like that, you're just like, man, that is so freaking cool. So I guess if anything, my advice is you can learn from this. You can learn from Otome. There shouldn't be, you shouldn't feel bad about playing games like this, because the thing is that in the end of the day, it's no different from what you're reading in anime or manga. Yeah, you're probably helping a female character get find her perfect guy or guy that works out cool for her, or playing all the routes. But the thing is that no different. You're watching a movie, comic book, or whatever. That's how I look at it. You want Jean Grey to be with Scott Summers, or Logan, or someone else of the X-Men. No different, man. No different. Again, you have to have confidence in yourself, and you shouldn't feel bad about playing an Otome game. Again, just put yourself in that situation of, look at these characters and say, hey, you know what? That freaking character is so cool. I like that. I like, So I guess it's all about you. It just depends. I know that, I guess in the Western style of mentality, probably not so important, right? But if you lived in Japan, you can just ride the train in Tokyo already. Let's say your first time in Japan or whatever, you go in there. First thing you notice is that everyone's dressed up, getting ready for work. And even the people going to school or something, they have their hairstyles, they have their... See, those are the things that I pretty much grew up with. Grew up seeing. And in some ways, some people think, oh, that's kind of vain of how people always care about their looks, their hair, the style, stuff like that. But you know what? It is what it is. I don't... My goodness, hold on. Let me calibrate. My eyes are like going... Oh, but okay. But yeah. Anyway, this is just an awesome game. I am loving the story right now. I think hold on. Here I was talking about thinking I went on a tangent here, but okay. So pretty much the character is about it's this female student. She was going to school, but then she found an Oni card. The Oni card is pretty much calling her to become a Mikamo, I believe it is, which is a person that gives a channeler powers to fight during battle. And these battles, the card battles, are pretty much like life and death. People can get really hurt from it. So the only way that they can channel to a Mikamo, or she's a different person, she's a Senki, which has even more special powers. She can pretty much make her channeler much more stronger. But again, you have to play those card games and do it right. They teach you how to do it, so you get to learn and you get to play it. But so far, I haven't gotten so far, so I don't know if it's a grind fest yet. But I will tell you that I like this hanafuda battle system. I like the whole aspect of this mysterious high school that you joined. And because I guess your grandparent or grandfather taught you about these games and how to play it and how cool they are. So she's kind of like a otaku in that case when it comes to these card games. But she joins and she starts. She since this is the first game, you are pretty much going after, or you're pretty much helping this one character out. I'm looking here. I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the second game here. But Mizuchi volume, yeah, that's the first one. So again, they have these paths. The main one you're going to go for is Mizuchi, because you're helping him win in the battle, those card battles. And then of course, the other game series focuses on the other guys. And again, some of them will shock you because some of them are really, they're major dicks. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what they are. Some of them don't believe in consent, and some of them just feel they can do whatever they want and sexually assault someone. And those are kind of jerks. I'm not, that I feel, man, those are people that are really effed up people. But you'll meet characters that you vibe with. Say, hey, that's the guy that I want her to be with. Someone that I pretty much identify with, being cool, being suave, being that cool, awesome person. Sounds so narcissistic, but that's how it is. You want some guys, you want someone, you kind of want to identify with, people who are like that, the cool people, not the really nasty, rapey type of people. So, yeah, I think I'm explaining it right, but yeah, that's where you can definitely learn from otome games, and gel with it. There's nothing wrong with it. So nothing wrong with you playing it if you're a guy. So I do recommend this game because it does go on sale. I think it's like I got it for 18 or 17 from the eShop. But again, there's a total of 4 games. So you play them in order. Mizuchi Volume is the first one. And then definitely check out the Otome channel on Reddit to know more about the games out there. But yeah, I just want to say that because I see those posts all the time. I'm a guy who plays this game, or are there any other guys that play this game? And it's a thing you see often. And I think it's just because guys feel weird. They're thinking, oh, what if people think, would this be a gay thing? No, of course not. If you're a straight guy, again, no different from playing watching a manga, reading a manga, watching an anime series or a movie featuring a female protagonist. It's just how it is. Have confidence in yourself, dude. And then, of course, if you are a woman or a guy that loves these characters, then so be it. It's all good. Whatever you get enjoyment from it, it's all good. The way I look at it is, for me, great story, great content, and just something that really keeps your attention. And so far with otome games, man, Jack Jean, gosh, there's so many in my mind right now that I could just name off, but for some reason Norn just keeps on coming in my mind for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, there's just so many games right now. Tempest, if the first one, definitely check that one out. Second one I haven't played because it's still expensive, but I try to get these games when they're on sale, and I try to. I like it when they are. You could go in a Japanese Nintendo shop to see if they're under like 2,000 yen or so. But there's there's different makers of them. Same thing with how it is for you know, visual novels for the guys. You have those who make cheapy based stuff with no voice acting, and then you have those who go all out with voice acting. So, but again, that's how all games are pretty much. Small independent companies versus bigger companies. This one is from Hunex, and they have quite a few top tier games or visual novels. So definitely check them out. Otherwise, if you are someone that's on a budget, then you can check out something like Voltage. They make a ton of games that are cheaper, more like the $15 range or $10 range. So you could check that out. But man, this is a cool game. I'm going to be playing it. Usually, it's a game that I play before I go to sleep because visual novels actually help me sleep. Believe it or not, it's like after like 10 minutes or even a half an hour or even an hour or so, I'm just like it. It just helps me sleep. Usually when you play video games, especially like shooters or action or something like that, that stuff stays in my head and I can't sleep because I'm thinking of possible ways of how I could beat that level, and that ruins it. But if you do visual novels like a book, definitely really makes you sleep, unless something bad happens, I suppose. Then maybe not. But for so far with this game, again, enjoying it so far. The main character, Mizuchi, he's more of a guy that he has a hands-off approach. He pretty much wants her to be happy, not really push her. He just says, you know what, I'm just happy that you're here supporting me, and let's win, let's beat these other people. That's the mentality he has in the beginning. So in a way, he has more of that laid-back approach, which is pretty cool. So I don't know how the others are going to be, and I don't know how this game is going to persist throughout the series, because some of these go for many hours. I'm not sure how many hours this game. I think someone. No, this is not the one that does 80 hours or anything like that. I think this one's a little shorter. Shorter, I mean, in over 15, right? Possibly. I don't know. I think I've read that. But for the most part, definitely check this game out. It's on sale right now on the eShop. Hana Awase New Moon. This is the first one, Mizuchi volume, and it's really good. It's a really good storyline. So guys, check it out. Don't be afraid to check out otome games. There's nothing wrong with it. If you read, there's so much crap visual novels out there. Trust me, there's so many out there. If you're in it to, if you are a guy or a lady who are in it just for the sex scenes or so, then I mean, I can understand. You'll probably buy and consume a lot of those games. But if you're in it for a very good story, definitely check out the visual novel or the otome Reddit, and just read. Do your research before you buy. But if anything, though, I just want to say the guys that keep on posting about, are there any guys who play these games? Yes, I definitely play these games, but possibly for a more different reason than a woman does. But the thing is, you want the person to be with a cool guy, someone that you feel is cool, and get a good story out of it, right? Or you see yourself identifying with a male character, and you say, hey, I want this female character. I'll do my best to get that path. So it is what it is. I like it. I enjoy these games. Doesn't matter. Gotta get it. Or visual novels in general. I play them all. So Steins Gate from the science based out of it, or more of the romance stuff out of it. And as you noticed from a few days ago, I played something with about a otaku club and a female person who got addicted to the harem, being part of that harem, and all the guys serving her. And then what happens when other females join the group? It becomes really trippy, especially she goes a little crazy. So you get some of those dark moments as well. And I know there are other games out there. Some of the visual novels for guys. If you're on Steam, you'll notice that a lot of those games again are from ecchi adult games. And it's not to say that the otome doesn't have anything like that, but they do. But the thing is that it's a little different. I think for certain readers or for certain fans, I don't know. You just go on Steam, look at the discussions, and how many people are always asking during certain games, is there a nude patch? Is there a nude patch? Is there sex? Is there a patch for the sex? Again, some people are into that, and some people are not. You know, but I guess it depends on the person, right? Some people get gratification from that, and some people get gratification from the real thing. So, I guess it depends on the individual. But for the most part, I am going on a tangent here. It is so late, and I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. But yeah, I hope this all makes sense. I probably said a lot of things that made you say, "What the fuck is this guy saying?" But anyway, check this game out. It's so fucking awesome. It's so damn awesome. And I could tell you, this is just one of the better ones out there for otome. And but again, I'm still playing the game. Just telling you my thoughts right now. Only a few hours in, but even with a few hours in, I think everyone who loves visual novels will really get into this, especially with the card battle aspect to it. So you all check it out, and I'll see you later. Wink, wink, if I could wink. And later, everyone. Bye.